Alrighty, welcome to our Tora-Con Gunpla build contest. This is gonna be a quickish speed build, sort of, with two people. We have your Sebastian and Billy. Billy is actually a veteran builder who has won several local contests, and Sebastian is a new person to the hobby, or returning to the hobby, I believe, at some point. Today, these two will be building this Gunpla Starter Kit Volume 2. This is as basic as you can get as far as this Gunpla building hobby goes for getting into Gundam model kits. And they'll be trying to build this as quickly as they can with a time limit of 45 minutes. During all of this, they'll need to complete challenges, or they'll have the option to sabotage each other in some fashion. We'll get to that once it happens. This will happen interspersed during the build. And to start things off, got a couple ground rules. No cheating. If you can even cheat, you get instructions with this, so it's not really possible. You can help each other if you see something wrong, and then I'll also be talking about various topics related to Gundam model kits and how you got into the hobby and basic definitions. As far as tools go, you are limited to specific tools that I will now show. You have a pair of scissors. You will now have what we call side cutters or nippers, and a hobby knife. To make this interesting, both will start off using a pair of scissors for about 5 minutes. They can make it through that. They will then have the ability to just break things out using their hands, and we're going to see how well that works for them. After that, we will see if they can if they make it to the point where they can get side cutters, which will obviously speed things up, but once we get there, we'll explain why they're so useful. Alrighty, I'll put this back here for you. And then let me just make sure I got a timer set up for this. Okay. There's a pair of scissors for you, a pair of scissors for you. Alrighty. So, we will, first things first, before we start, I'm going to have you actually open the boxes and make sure everything is in there. That is taped together. So
I have tried to slide it.
It's actually taped in the back, so actually using the scissors would help.
I'm just gonna wait.
No, all right. Two different styles here already. I'll take these out.
Thank you.
And make sure everything is in there. Now, since these are what we call the Gunpla starter kits, they come with slightly more detailed instructions, as Billy is showing there. And then they also come with a Gundam marker in the packet. If you guys manage to get to that point to do some panel lining, that'd be quite impressive, but I'm not sure if we'll get there. Okay. So, looks like you got everything ready to go. Alrighty. So, your first way to do this is for 5 minutes, you guys will be using the scissors. Once you make it past the 5 minutes, we will see how you do just using your hands for another 5 minutes. Then after that, we will see. After that, we will get into the first option to sabotage somebody or challenge someone, depending on what is pulled from the hat. All right. So, we'll start in whenever 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty. Yes, remember, you can use your scissors. That is what they're there for. All right, now you'll see here, as you can see, trying to cut these out with scissors is actually quite difficult. Surprisingly.
Okay.
Now what Sebastian is trying to cut out right now are pieces from what we call the runner. This is the molded plastic. This is injection molded plastic, like creates the kits. They're all color separated for the most part. He's making quite quick work of that already. And Billy is also doing the same there. He's also got all his runners out.
Sorry, I used my hands for a second.
No, that's all right.
It's instinct.
Yeah. Obviously, as a veteran builder, you have habits, right?
I do have habits.
Yeah.
I'm just painting my Gunpla.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes by hand, sometimes with an airbrush.
Now, obviously, as the new person, as a newcomer, or for this, Sebastian, you said, how long has it been since you've been able to work on a Gunpla?
Well, I started building Gunplas like around September to October, which was around the time that I got into my college.
Oh, okay. So not very long at all.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think of the hobby so far? You know.
I enjoy it quite a bit, actually. Like, it brings back memories from when I used to build Legos when I was a child.
Yep.
Which I still enjoy doing occasionally.
Okay. Yep.
Legos are more expensive sometimes, though.
Yeah, they are.
That is true.
I know some people don't like it when you just snap build a kit, and when you should be like gluing it and stuff, but I don't think it really matters. It's however you want to build it.
Yeah, that's true. It is. That is also the beauty of Gunpla or Gundam model kits.
Just Plamo in general, really.
Yeah, plastic models that are made by in Japan by Japanese manufacturers. That is actually one thing that is different is that most Western model kits require glue to put everything together, but Japanese plastic model kits are typically what we call snap together, in that they'll have pegs that will fit in specific spots on all the parts, and it makes it easier to just put them together. Similar to Legos, yes. And no glue required unless you choose it, but that also makes it much easier for people to get into the hobby, I feel, too. Billy, how long did you, as a veteran, as somebody who's been in with this hobby for a while, how long have you been doing this anyways?
Let me see. Ian, you probably know this better, but when G Gundam was first airing in the States, I picked up a Shining Gundam kit that was a US release. It wasn't like the boxes we see here. It had like a little hanger and everything.
Yep, I do remember
But I built it, and I'm like, wow, this is fun, but I'm not really good at it. So I picked up a few plastic kit ones, just the garage sales that were already pre-built. Then I decided to do actual like MSIA action figures instead. I have over 50 of those, but last I checked, I have over 100 high grades.
Ah, I see.
So I've been doing this for a long time.
Ah, that is quite a while. I do remember G Gundam. That was
Special.
yeah. I'm trying to remember when it aired in the U.S. It was the late '90s, I want to say.
Well, I saw it on Toonami weekdays.
Yeah.
So that dates it as well.
Yeah, I think it was just before, and I can actually say this, the turn of the century.
Yep. And to further answer your question, when I really started building was around the time Build Fighters came out.
Oh, okay. And
So that's when I really dove back in.
if I remember right, that was like
old
around
enough. Yeah.
around 2015 or so.
I remember building the high-grade Humbrabee kit when the Humbrabee showed up in the anime of Build
gotcha.
Fighters. So that has always been a very special kit to me.
Gotcha. Very cool. What about you, Sebastian? You know, I know you haven't been in it long, but what got you into it? Like, did you just see a kid on the shelf like Billy did, or?
No, it was mainly due to me seeing like just big robots.
Big robots?
I've not watched any of the Gundam animes,
Oh, okay.
nor anything like related to Gundam. Like, I only know it mainly due to like just popular media and just big robots.
Gotcha. No, I mean that's for a lot of people. I believe that is kind of how they get into building Gunpla in general. And I just want to point out here, we got two different ways of building here. We got Sebastian here actually following the instructions, which is, as a beginner, that is what you should be doing. And especially for the starter set, it's got very good instructions and goes in a little bit more detail in terms of how you're supposed to build things compared to your standard kit. But Billy over there, as you can see, he's not really working from the instructions. It looks like he's building what he recognizes from just in general, the pieces that look like they are fit together. We'll see how well this goes.
When you build as many as me, eventually they all blur together.
To be fair, a lot of the kits are very similar in my experience as well.
Whoop. There goes one piece. We'll have to clean that up later.
Yeah.
Sorry about that again.
What's that?
I got a runner bit somewhere on the...
Oh, that's no problem.
Okay, cool.
All right, so we have 1 minute before I will have you guys switch to using just your hands.
Which I'm kind of doing already out of instinct.
Wow. Yeah, but it just shows different levels of, like, skill and experience, though. Alrighty, almost done. Another 10, 20 seconds, I think. We're going to have you switch there.
Let's see.
Well, Sebastian's already breaking out the stickers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually kind of early for stickers. That's interesting. I've never actually built this kit either, surprisingly. But I have seen other people build it enough times that I kind of know what to expect out of it.
I tend to put stickers right as I go, so I don't end up losing the sticker sheet that tends to be kind of small.
Yep, that's a good point there, yeah. Yep. And all right, I will say you have now 5 minutes to just work using your hands. And for me, this is actually how I started when I built Gunpla. I think my first official one I built was a master grade. So back in the 90s, that was
an experience.
that was certainly difficult. For those of you who don't know, Gunpla kits come in various grades. Right now, they are working in the what we call the 1/44th scale high grades, which are
The most common.
most common, slightly fairly easy and simple to build. I started with what we call intermediate to expert level, and I was like 12. I had no idea what I was doing. I just saw, like Billy, I saw a box on the shelf, and that thing looks cool. And same with Sebastian. That thing looks cool, and this is an awesome looking robot. I'm just gonna buy it and build it. Parents weren't happy about it, but it was expensive. I believe at the time, I think it was a $50 kit, and this was back in the 90s. So,
Easy. Dang.
so if you want to, if you compare it to money now, it'd be like close around $100, give or take. But it was just a master grade, and it wasn't. I built that using my hands. I think I got about halfway through it before I started using scissors. I had cut up my hands pretty bad trying to break out pieces, as I'm sure you guys are feeling it right now.
Yeah. I got used to it, but at a point that I just decided to get like small scissors for when I'm doing
Correct. Yeah. I mean, that's part of the reason why I switched to scissors, because it does do a number in your hands after a while.
Eventually, you just get numb to it.
You do, and you build up calluses, which are helpful, but yeah.
So, if I remember correct, let me see if I can remember which one was the first one that I built. It was like I don't remember exactly the name, but it was like a black, like purplish one that looked really mobile. Like, it had like a gun. But also like a light sword that came out of its gauntlet. I don't know if you, like, any of you could like name it. I'm not sure.
Ian might know better. I'm a little
Purple
bit focused.
with a light sword.
Yeah, I may have posted a picture.
At some point on our Discord.
I'd have to look and see. I don't. Honestly, like I'm not as I don't look at kits as much as other people. I kind of just like I randomly browse, but I never look up anything about them, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, Sebastian, you're supposed to just be using your hands.
I'm sorry, hey, you gotta get that out of me.
Yeah.
It's okay, I used it once.
Okay, I'll give you a pass for that one. Don't worry, you've only got 2 minutes. 2 minutes of just your hands. So if you last that long, we will. You can go back to using scissors,
Okay.
and then we will. We'll move to one of the challenges, or you guys get to choose to sabotage each other, depending on what I pull out of the hat there.
Sounds good.
And I'm trying to think low. Purple with.
I'm actually getting a phone call as I do this, so
Oh,
it's okay.
it's always a thing.
It's like I got a
Like
phone.
it also, you could like mount like its gauntlets also, like with a separate like stand. I guess if that helps.
Are you talking? Was it a large kit?
No, it was like a medium size, like a bit bigger than this one.
Bit bigger than this
I
box.
want to say it was Angelo's Zulu, but
Yeah.
I don't think so. Do you remember which series it was from?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Because there's.
Well, I tried.
Yeah. Because I can't. Purple mobile suits. Oh yes. Before I go further, so Gundam model kits were based off of an anime. I probably should have started this in the beginning, but they were based off an anime called Mobile Suit Gundam. It's a very popular franchise in Japan. Started in 1979. Shortly after it aired, Bandai started making toy kits out of them. Out of the iconic, what they call mobile suits or the giant robots in the show. And become a very popular item for the franchise, not just for older fans, but younger fans too, who just like building things. But because of how long it's been around, there's a lot of different kits and a lot of different giant robot designs that they've done over the years. 40 years actually, this year.
As your hat says.
Yeah, as my hat says right here on the side, 40 years for Gundam. For this year. So yeah, they've done a lot of kits, and trying to figure out which ones certain ones are, unless you're very familiar with certain series or the franchise in general, it's kind of difficult, especially with the more obscure suits, which I am not an expert by any means. There is a handful of shows I have not seen. One of those being Turn A, which is on my short list. But also Age and Seed and Double O. A lot of those. Never been, yeah. I'll get to them eventually. So now, no, you just started building, Sebastian. So how many kits have you built so far, Lynn, did you say?
I think I built 4 kits.
4 kits, including this one?
No, this would be my 5th.
Ah, okay. Nice. And of all of them, which one do you think is your favorite?
I will have to say it would have to be my latest build, which was a messenger kit.
Mazinger.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like it looks like really good on display.
Oh, okay. The new one that
Hammer Girl head.
that Hammer Girl has, right?
Yeah, Mazen Kaiser. That's the name.
There we go.
Yeah. No, that's a good kit. That's one that I actually want to pick up myself.
Interesting.
I've seen some interesting things people have done with it, so I'm excited. Now, for you, Billy, you built a lot, so you obviously have a couple favorites. What would let's list your top 5.
Oh, let's see. Death Scythe Endless Waltz is always going to be number 1. Duo is my boy. I deeply care about that character. I deeply resonate with him. But other ones that I've always found interesting, well, I love Wing and I love G Gundam, because those are like my 2 first ones. But I'd say Burning Gundam, or God Gundam, as it was called in Japan,
Yep.
is another favorite of mine.
Oh yes, sorry to interrupt. You guys can go back to using scissors. I completely forgot in our conversation.
It's okay.
And then, yeah, and so that's top 3 so far, right? Billy, you got
I
the
just listed 2.
2? Okay. Oh
I
yeah,
actually
Death
don't-
Size and Burning.
Surprisingly, I like one that not many people know about, which is the Orange Destiny Gundam, because that one was not actually in the show, I don't think.
No, it was not.
It was not in the
I've
show.
I heard rumors about this thing. I've never actually seen it, though.
I have one, remember?
Oh yes, I know. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Now
I built it at Dan's a while back.
Yeah,
It's a special Destiny color.
yeah. It's one of the
It's basically a mobile suit variation.
yeah. Bandai likes doing that with a lot of their kits. I've learned over the
They
years.
do. They really do.
I mean, it's a way for them to make money. Don't get me wrong, but some of the
course.
variations are quite interesting. All right. So since you guys can go back to using scissors, I'm going to pull out of my hat something. Don't know yet what it is.
Okay.
One of those doesn't work for Billy since he's more or less building without instructions.
I've got instructions.
Oh,
out
he's got
now.
his instructions out now.
Because I wanted to make sure I was doing the legs right.
Gotcha. All right.
Legs are important. Never skip leg day.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but this is challenge C3. Challenge number 3 on my list. Let me pull that out here.
What does that mean for us, Ian?
So it's not a sabotage.
Okay.
I don't think it applies to you because it was to build the head without instructions.
Oh. Uh-oh.
But now we will switch to something else. I will swap that to challenge number 4, which is let's build the accessories first.
And that applies to both of us?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay, then let me drop whatever I'm doing.
Yep. So you are building your accessories, which I mean, beam sabers count as accessories, but I believe for this kit, it's got the beam rifle, hammer, the Gundam
Yeah, the hammer actually has an actual chain, which I'm
Yeah,
impressed
which is
with.
interesting. I'm actually
'Cause
kind of
that's
curious.
not-
I want to build that
Oh.
one. That looks
Yeah,
interesting.
and it's also got their bazooka and shield. So those are what counts as the accessories. So
And don't forget that there is just a normal color beam saber.
yeah, and that kind of shows the age of these things.
I would say more of just the simplicity of this entry kit.
That's true. And then,
That's one down.
yep. So I will give you guys. How many minutes here shall we do this? Because I'm trying to figure out when you should guys do some other stuff here. We'll do about 10 minutes
Sounds good.
for you guys to work on these things, and you can use your scissors and hands and everything and see how it's going for you. I know these won't be the most clean kits, obviously,
of
since
course not.
this is more of a speed build, but you know, it's been so long since I've done one of those.
Your
I
first
don't,
time.
yeah. Because I don't think you participated in the Leo speed build,
I
did
did
you?
not, no.
Which was sad, but that was very fun.
Yeah, I kind of wished I did, but I also didn't really have the money or time to,
I still came in third.
yeah. Which was funny because like the weekend, I think the weekend before the speed build over at
Dan's.
I think I was just building the Leo just to see what it was like.
Yeah, you were in training, but you didn't make it to the Olympics.
Nope, I did not.
And then I won best in show. Taking a soldering iron to mine.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
That's the beauty about these kits. It's like traditional models, you can modify them, paint them, do whatever you want to make them look cooler or crazier or just plain weird. And two of the you know for our viewers here watching, two of the local stores we're talking about is one of them is Dan's Crafts and Things. It's located in Greater Rochester area. It is a very large hobby and craft store that specializes in model kits, RC cars, rockets.
It's basically a hobby store.
It's a hobby store. Yeah, I mean it's anything you can find to build model kits, cars, planes, trains.
Warhammer figures.
Yep. You can also do diorama stuff.
Oh, that was fun too.
But they have a very large Gunpla kit collection, or I should say section for customers, and they normally hold like monthly build sessions or contests. Obviously, they have not been able to do that this year with the current situation, but they are still a very nice store, and if you're in the Rochester area, I highly recommend going and checking them out. The other store we're talking about is our local anime store, like just about less than 5 minutes from RIT. A little bit more if you're going to walk, but
Yeah.
they also carry a Gunpla and model kit selection, but they are more well known for their anime and like figures, manga, and all kinds of general anime merchandise.
You may have seen an ad for them already.
Yes. I do. Yeah, I think they have an ad.
I think they do.
Yeah.
He's always been the manager has always been a very good assistant to us, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's quite the friend for Tora-Con.
Yeah. He's.
All right.
I don't remember if he was actually there for like the original Tora-Con.
I'm
not that old.
Sure. Yeah, he was. He was. Don't believe.
He was the only vendor.
Yeah, he would have been the only vendor for the first Tora-Con because they were the only anime store.
Okay, that's valid.
I think it was technically before the store opened.
Was it before the store opened?
Wow.
Okay, I've been corrected by
I
our.
forget. I didn't tell you.
Okay, all right. We're not sure, but he has been here since the beginning. He is an alumni of RIT. He did work in the area before he eventually figured out he wanted to help start their own anime store with his business partner. So it's and they've been doing quite well for themselves all these years, and definitely a big supporter of Tora-Con and Anime Club and local conventions in the area too.
The manager used to scare the heck out of me.
He is quite the intense person.
Intense, intimidating at times, but he's a good guy, so I got no problems
Yeah.
with him.
I see Sebastian just finished the what is called the Gundam hammer, but it's actually just a ball and chain, really.
Yeah.
It's actually actually really cool. I might have to pick up this kit just to get the Gundam hammer. You don't see parts like that in most high grades anymore.
Oh, it's weird.
By the way, I think I remember now what's the kit. It was from Gundam Build Diver, I think.
Okay, that's
Hey, if that helps.
Build Divers. That's the most recent show within the last year or so and it's very popular for new people into the kits.
Yeah, it's a good introduction. And since almost every one of the kits is in fact a custom, it basically just inspires you to customize more.
Yeah, pretty much. I've been building Gunpla for decades now, on and off, and it's only just now that I've started doing custom work too, which don't have any on me right now for this setup, but maybe in the future you guys might see something. We'll see. And just so you know, there's another 10 minutes is almost up. 2 minutes for working on the accessories. If you don't, I should create a punishment. I have not thought about that if you don't complete a challenge.
Wait, we're gonna have to finish all of them?
Well, I mean, that was the idea for you guys to work on the. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how close you guys are to finishing your stuff.
We'll see how merciful.
As I see, all right, Sebastian's got the Gundam hammer. He's got the shield. Looks like he's working on the beam rifle.
I'm still working on the shield.
Oh, you're still working on the shield. Never mind.
Yeah.
Billy's got the bazooka and beam rifle and shield done.
No, I don't. I need to put the little.
Oh, you
on
need
back.
the handle. So
Yeah,
not
which
there.
shouldn't be too hard.
And he is now currently working on the Gundam hammer. Maybe. I don't know. All right.
Yeah, I'm working on the hammer.
Okay. Well, obviously, it's like, the the experience between you two is very, very different. So it is showing in terms of what how used to you guys are actually able to build these things. As a beginner for Sebastian, it is obviously not something that's easy to try and do a speed build, but he is making good progress though. And obviously Billy is quite experienced and is able to pick and choose almost right away what he needs to do. But everybody has to start from somewhere. Alright, now Sebastian, I know you haven't actually watched any Gundam, right?
No,
So,
I'm not.
okay. You think you might start watching because of these kits, or?
Possibly. I mean, I haven't been watching that much anime recently.
Oops.
Only occasionally due to showings. And then just continuing.
Yep.
But yeah, that's about it. But I'll watch it, possibly. I'll probably start with Divers.
Right, because it's one of the kits you have already built, right? So, it's a good show. I haven't watched much beyond the first couple episodes, unfortunately, so I have not been keeping up with it. And I'm told
I actually screwed up because I wasn't following the instructions.
Oh, Billy, the experienced one, has actually made a mistake.
No, I do it all the time. That's why I own a part separator.
Well, that's true. Those
I'm just glad I haven't broken anything yet.
I think
It's not a Gunpla build if I don't break something.
Yeah. That is the one thing with when you're building these type of kits, because they are snapped together, if you get something wrong, while you can pull apart the pieces, it does mean that the pegs that end up for the parts to hold them together can become stressed and weakened and may break.
That's usually the V fin.
Yeah, usually the V-fin because of how tiny it is, but I've also had other parts break on me before.
Same here.
Bummer, you know.
For those of you who don't know, okay, so V-fin. That is the fin on the top of the Gundam or the mobile suit. That is Billy can hold up right there. It's pretty much the head crest. That is the shape of a V. And fins, basically. For these kits, they are notorious for breaking because of how fragile they are and small. And typically, they're made a little bit. They're made with slightly different. Well, they're made with the same type of plastic. They just create the actual molds differently to give it some more structural stability, but it's not accurate to the show because V-fins are supposed to be thin and pointy. And I do believe I've stabbed myself with them a number of times when I was younger before they started adding the extra plastic to it to make them safer. That was always fun.
I think I actually just finished all the accessories.
Billy's already done. And he within just a little, yeah, about, almost 2 minutes over the 10 minutes. So not bad. And there we have Sebastian still working hard.
I have to find some way of cutting these tabs that are kind of there.
The
Yep,
flash.
yep. The flashing. That's the leftover plastic from the piece. That's what we call that.
That tends to happen to me when I'm building.
Yeah, that can get in the way of trying to snap fit these together, which is why speed building these things is interesting in that, like, if you actually want them to stay in place, you have to watch out for that.
Like, I'm loath to admit it, but I actually have a bootleg Gundam kit. That does not fit together. It is either very, I don't really remember what exactly it is because I burned out trying to force it together. But you gotta make sure you're getting the right kind. Because if you get a bootleg or something, you're just throwing yourself into the wind.
Yeah, there is something to be said for the tolerances that Bandai uses for when they're manufacturing these kits. They're very precise, down to
Millimeters.
I think even more than that. I think they're much higher quality. I used to know, but their kits are made in these amazing like injection molding machines. But the actual molds themselves are like these there's like these really high quality steel molds that are like they're all like first CNC'd out and to create the shape, and then they'll create a test model out of it. Pour the plastic into the mold, see what happens when it sets. But when they pull it out and they look at all the imperfections, they go in by hand with tiny files, like jeweler's files, and clean up all the parts that don't look right in the molds, in the metal molds themselves. And it's like really, really interesting and very precise too. They're doing all of this cleanup work by hand, but they're also double checking all their work and doing all kinds of stuff to make sure that their final product can be as accurate as possible, and that us collectors and buyers of these kits don't have to deal with mismatched parts or parts that don't fit together correctly. Like even their older kits, which you can still find on eBay and various online retailers for the most part, they're actually fairly accurate still. What is this? Would the A on turn A be an A fin? Well, I believe on turn A, and I believe we will cut to a picture of it.
I'll edit it in.
Or some kind. I have a kit. I don't have it with me right now, but the V fin on the Turn A Gundam is interesting because it's actually in the shape of a mustache. It is literally one of the nicknames of that particular Gundam is called the White Mustache in the show, and it looks like a mustache when you see it. I will throw up a picture on here for you guys to see right here. I do have the kit. It'll be it's a very old kit too.
Yes, they did re-release it as a high grade though.
Did they?
They did not release the Turn X though, or the Sumos.
That's right.
Surprised me.
They did do a Turn X
Well, they did
master
like
grade.
Yeah, and I think they made an almost no grade Turn X with like a blue background.
Yeah, they also did the same with the Turn A a long time ago.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Turn A Gundam is a Gundam series that was made, I think, was it in the 80s, 90s?
You got me, boss.
Can't remember.
It was 90s.
It was 90s? Okay. I could look it up on my phone, but I'm kind of lazy about that. But yeah, so it was made in the 90s, and this was supposedly at the time when it first came out, the last Gundam series that was ever going to be made for.
And they made that canon too.
Yeah, by Yoshiyuki Tomino, who was one of the original creators of the original Gundam, Gundam anime from 1979. The idea was that so Gundam has spawned, similar to Star Trek here in America, it spawned all kinds of like what we call alternate universes and different like spin-off series. But Turn A Gundam was supposed to combine all of those and say, all of these series end up being Turn A. So it all becomes one in the end, somehow. At least that was the
Intent.
That was the intent behind that, from what I remember, and it was quite interesting. which is why I'm kind of kicking myself for still not having washed it.
You should.
Also, I think I'm done with all the accessories, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, do I go back to building whatever else?
Yes, you will go back to building, and now that you two have finished your accessories, I will now hand you the nippers for Sebastian.
Now the real game begins.
This is the real game. For Sebastian, this will be new for you because you've never used these before.
No, never.
Yep. You can just slide out the back, or yeah.
Yeah, I just tried it.
Yeah, they were stapled together, but I removed those earlier. So these are nippers or side cutters and or flush cutters, so to speak, and you can just like pretty much get right up to the piece and just trim any excess plastic right off there to make a clean cut, so to speak.
Let's see here.
I once used nail clippers for like 3 years. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, they finally broke, so I had to get actual nippers.
Yeah.
Okay, this cut really easily.
Oh yeah. See how easily you're able to cut that. And there, Sebastian is trying to fit the V fin on his Gundam head there. As you can see, it's quite tiny and
Quite small.
yeah, very fragile too. It's easily broken.
I think if I would have used my fingers or like something else, I would have probably broken it.
Yep. When I was building kits, I think I touched some 1/44th no grade kits back when Gundam Wing was airing on Toonami,
Solid.
and I did use scissors and my hands to
Wait.
get a piece down.
Where?
The right leg.
Wait, the right leg?
The right leg.
And it's down here by the mic stand.
I found it. Thank you.
Cool.
Yes, this is why it's so difficult. There's another danger working with this hobby. It's very easy to lose tiny pieces.
And then you end up stepping on it.
Yep, just as painful as Legos, depending on the size.
Yeah.
Yes.
But unlike Legos, these break.
Yeah, they usually break.
Screwed up
Yeah.
again. That's the third time.
But for the most part, for me, I worked on. I was usually mostly doing master grades, but I used the scissors. Okay.
Gonna break my nails by the time I'm done with this. I
Yeah,
have no nails.
you have no nails.
I have no nails because of this hobby.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've also, I mean, my nails are, I keep
Habit.
trimmed pretty good. Thing. You want to try and do a challenge for a hobby knife to try and break that apart?
That would be great. Let's try that challenge, Ian.
All right, we'll see. Is this a challenge? What is challenge number 1? Let me figure out what this is going to be. All right, well, you've already built the accessories. And you guys got those. What have you got finished over there already?
Just the torso, head, and accessories, and the base
Accessories.
boots.
All right, so for challenge 1, you actually needed to finish torso, arms, and head.
So I gotta finish the arms.
So once you finish the arms, you can get a hobby knife.
Which is exactly what I need it for.
Oh,
So I'm gonna do a little sneaky.
oh, okay.
Good hand.
Ooh, all right, that's a good idea.
It'll overall make it look worse, but it will pry it open.
Yep, there you go.
There we go. Because I actually put it in backwards.
All right, now we're coming down to about the last 15 or so minutes for you guys.
Wait, total?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been going on for a while.
Dang.
Speed builds are fun. my
Yeah.
dude. There we go.
I was gonna see if we can pick a sabotage, but I don't know if I should or not, just to see how far. Because I'm kind of curious to see how far you'll get, especially with you, Sebastian, being somebody new to the hobby and never really done a speed build here.
Yeah.
And we'll see what the end result is and see what you guys can end up putting together. Because one of the sabotage moments was to make it so that you guys only had to use specific tools, but I don't think that'll be fair right now.
Yeah.
I can stop for 3 minutes. Is that a good challenge? I mean, I don't really mind either way.
No, I think I believe it should be fine for you. It's just in the end, this is just for fun. So we're
course.
not really. It's not in it for anything more than bragging rights at this point. But even then, it's very slim bragging rights.
Yes, I built a high grade in a really quick time, and it looks like absolute garbage.
Oh yeah, we've all been there. I've built many a kit in garbage.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Maybe next time we do this, I will be one of the ones doing a build challenge. We'll see.
Then he'll just blow us out of the water.
Yeah, right. I'm good. I'm not that good.
I think he's gonna be done by the time that we start.
Well, the box is going to open, and he's already going to be halfway done.
Well, with the number of half-finished kits I have, that could be very true.
Well,
But I would not do that. That'd be cheating.
I don't remember if you were actually at the Leo speed build, Ian, but remember how I opened the box?
I don't.
stabbed it.
Did you stab it
I
really?
stabbed it and tore it open with a hobby knife. I was the first one to open my box, and I got started really quickly.
Oh, that's true. Well, I mean, there's different ways of doing that. I mean, yeah.
I think Rachel actually was shocked that I did it that way.
I think she was, yes. Rachel, who is one of our other staff members, you may see her, you may not. She handles the media side of things, but she is also a regular at Dan's with us when we're building Gunpla kits. Actually, quite a few people on staff that like building kits, surprisingly.
Arm's done.
All right. Well, you technically get the hobby knife at this point, but I don't know what you can do with it. I'm sure you can do something.
Oh, I can do something, man.
You now have tool options.
Indeed I do.
For Sebastian, I think that may actually hinder you more than anything.
Possibly.
Just because just with your inexperience there.
He's still doing pretty good.
But you're doing very good for
Pretty
somebody
good.
who's only built, what, you said 4 kits previously, right? Yeah.
With only hands.
With only hands, jeez. Now, once you're done this, you can take those nippers home with you.
Ooh, that's good.
Consider it your welcome gift for the hobby. And did you say you lost yours?
Well, no, I have so many clippers, but the good ones that you can buy at Dan's with the blue handle, I have like 5 of them and I can't find them.
All right, you can have those too.
No, it's okay. I got some.
Okay, all
They're
right.
just not ideal. They're like maybe half the size of these.
I'm surprised you don't have larger ones.
They might be a little bit at the side, but they're like, I think I used a dog nail trimmer at one point. Fun fact.
I mean, it works.
if it works, it works.
Yeah, for this type of hobby, if you're familiar with model building, almost anything can be used to help you build your kits. I mean, you can use your hands, use hobby knife, the side flush cutter, nippers, flush cutters, side cutters. That thing's got like so many different names.
Yeah.
You can use a pair of pliers.
I mean, there's even a special kind called dog hand, right?
Yep, specifically that is a special brand. I think they are single blade, and they are super sharp and super thin.
Are they sharper than an X-Acto knife?
I think they're on the same level.
Well, there you go.
Less dangerous. Just because it's like holding a pair of pliers or scissors. But yeah, you can use those. I use emery boards, nail filers. I use jeweler's filers. I've used scissors. Nail clippers do work if you don't have anything else. If you have it, you can actually use like saw blades.
Or a soldering iron if you're
Soldering iron if you're
really
really
gutsy.
Yeah. This hobby is very deep, though. Just model building in general. You put in as much effort as you want out of it. Some people will just do the bare minimum because that's all they want to enjoy. But at the same time, it's just, some people will throw in hundreds of dollars into it, thousands maybe, because But it is a hobby that you put in as much as you care to, as long as you can get the enjoyment out of it. But if you're building and then you realize it's like, I'm just having no fun, then obviously it's not for you.
That's what happened to me a while ago, but I came back from it.
And sometimes you need a break.
Now the problem is I went into Warhammer 40K for a while. That was not a smart decision.
All right, I'm being told we have hit about the 5-minute mark.
Okay.
Don't worry. As much of a competition as this is also something that's just for fun. That's the thing. None of us are expert builders, and for of any kind really.
It's true.
I mean, there are national competitions. There is a global competition called the World Gunpla Builders Cup. It is sponsored by Bandai, and
See some very good kits.
yes, almost all of them are custom modified somehow. All official Bandai kits. But these are just people. It is a national it is a international competition. And the people who do it are amazing, but they do it because they love building model kits, and almost anybody can get to their level. But like I said, if you don't have fun doing it, well, there's
Yeah.
it's kind of difficult hobby to get it. It's a hobby though. It's for fun. If you're not getting fun out of it, there's no point in doing it. It's my opinion, how I feel about it. Checking on the time here. Yeah.
They've hit 45 minutes of build time at this point.
Okay.
Oh, we've hit 45 minutes at this point. Okay. I'm told that you have hit 45. All right. We'll let Sebastian finish off what he is doing here.
And
This one last part.
let me see.
Keep doing that. I'm just going to carve this flash off because it's going to bother me. There we go.
And I got the hand.
All right.
We can at least attach everything
Yes.
that I have built.
You might as well attach everything you have built and see
Yeah.
what you got.
There we go.
And we'll do a close-up here of what. So Sebastian has the accessories, and he's got one arm, torso, and head. And what does Billy have? He's got pretty much the same thing, except the other arm too. And then you can see he's got parts of the legs built, and the feet at the very least. Huh. So very comparable actually, in terms of how far you guys got with the speed build.
I was also talking a lot.
Yes, you guys were talking a lot,
Yeah.
but we were trying to make things entertaining. So as a newcomer here for this, as your 5th kit, what do you think?
I enjoyed this kit actually.
Yeah?
I think this may be like the Gundam you see, like the
Yes.
most common one.
Yep.
Which now that I'm building it, dang, I like how it has like the ball and chain.
Yeah.
That's never seen anything like that.
Yep. Yeah, no, this was, I believe people have said this was the 30th anniversary kit that was re-released as their starter set. But yes, this is what we call the original Gundam from the original show. Typically, this is, for a lot of people who get into the hobby, this particular robot will be the one most people start with. I started with a variation on this as a master grade. Yeah, well, I'm glad you like it. Do you think you'll keep going?
Yeah, I probably will.
Nice.
If I'm given the chance.
Very good. That's what we like to hear. We could always use new people in the hobby, and it is a very, very fun hobby. Very supportive. Because everybody starts somewhere, everybody has things they like. And then obviously Billy as the veteran. Any comments on this kit and what you went through building this?
Well, as always, I enjoyed building it because it's just a fun little hobby to practice with. It also keeps my hands good and strong, even though I basically lose all my fingernails doing so.
Yeah,
I've only ever cut myself maybe 3 times.
we're doing this?
Yeah, and out of over 100 kits.
Oh wow, that is impressive. I know some people can't say that, but that's really good.
I mean, you gotta give blood to the blood somehow.
Dang.
I mean, this can be a dangerous hobby, so you do want to be careful. But at the same time, it is a lot of fun, and it's definitely something that for myself, I also quite enjoy it. I mean, it's something that I can do by myself or with others, and I just enjoy putting things together, working my hands as a maker, creator, like other people too. All right. So, any other closing thoughts, you two?
Hope you enjoyed this. It was fun for us. I hope it was fun for you.
Yeah, it was quite fun.
Okay. Very good. All right. I know you probably saw my side profile for the most part for some of this, but we'll be working on some of those other things. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to us ramble on about Gundam model kits and our love and interest for it. And hopefully you may have learned something as we were talking about what these two are doing and something a little bit about the hobby. So thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoy the rest of Tora Connect and check out some of our other streams. I keep forgetting this is a lot. This is being done as a stream. Yeah, I hope you guys check out the other videos and other streams, other things we got going on. Got a lot of fun things to do. Thank you and enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.